Here we go. U18 semifinals. It's the 1 versus 4 game between the Gulf Storm and the Oromocto Eagles. And already having a stoppage of play. There's a shot towards the net that ended up in the corner. Trying to bring it up out of the zone is Green. He banks it off the boards and sent to the middle. The Storm regain possession. Pass back. It's Smith having a bit of a tumble, but getting up and then crossing it out. Pass to the middle over for Lawless. He crossed it in for Gadet, who threw it into the zone. Gadet off to a hot streak last night, or last afternoon rather, in the Gulf Storm's 3rd game. Alex Gadet put up a hat trick, so looking to continue that momentum off and into this semifinal game. Right after this game is the other set of the semifinals. It's a 3 versus 2. It's the Louisville Lightning and the Summerside Capitals. Eagles quickly bring it up. It's a breakaway. In walks Giroux, puts it to the net and is rejected. Rimmed around the boards. That one was taken by Schofield. Brought up by Lowther. Passed up for Sherry. Sherry is bumped off the puck. Behind the net is Cox. Rimmed around the boards. That one almost taken by Smith. A hit out in front and a stick goes sailing through the air. Eagles try to bring it back up. There's a hit. Sherry regains possession of the puck for the Storm. Sherry pass up the boards. Didn't hit his target being Schofield, and that will end play. In net for both teams. For the Gulf Storm, it's Nolan McLeod-Peters. And for the Eagles, it's Thibodeau. There's a shot out in front, a cross-crease pass attempt that just doesn't go as planned. Storm still in the zone. Barler cutting to the middle, firing, and it just deflects up over the net. Loose puck, Green. Rimmed around the boards, tried to get that one over for Campbell. Kept in by Barler. There's a pass. Here's Barler trying to get a shot off. Behind the net, back up for Barler. Barler fighting up for the puck with Atwin. Still loose, it goes down to the bottom of the zone. Lowther, pass out in front, tried to get it there. Here's Hunter at the blue line, the shot saved out in front. Couldn't tell if it was Thibodeau in the net or a Gulf Storm teammate out in front. Behind the net, Nicholas Keenan. Waiting throwing it along the boards. It'll go out in the center. Storm regather with it. Trying to put it in the zone is Smith. It does get in, going around the net. Adam Roberts hits the brakes, tries to work his way up. And Eagles get it out of their zone and ice it. And now it is time to look at our game sponsor, Desjardins Insurance. Off the draw, slap shot from Smith. That one didn't make it through traffic. Back cleared in the neutral zone at Smith. Sending it off the boards, walking in. Woodside trying to get a shot off and was tied up in front with Smith. Rindle on the boards, Eagles. Trying to get possession of it. Shot from Smith of the blue line. That misses the net of Thibodeau. McEwen in there to try to keep it in. It was held in by Woodside. Two players go crashing right up against the Eagles bench. There's a pass out in front. There's a shot. And just trying to hit the net was Woodside. I did not get much of it. McEwen, a shot from the blue line. Blocked and out to center. The Storm so far hounding the Eagles with pressure. Cleared back behind the net of McLeod Peters. And face-off going back down into the zone of the Oromocto Eagles, where most play has gone on so far. The Storm, the Eagles, as of right now, some struggles of getting out of their zone. In the corner, it's Frazier putting it up along the boards. Frazier up with speed. He's trying to get past Martin. Puts it behind the net. It's Giroux trying to get that back for Frazier. Only one there was Schofield of the Storm. Schofield up quick into the zone, making a couple moves. Schofield still with it before he's stripped of the puck by Chase Green. Sherry out in the corner. Eagles bring it back up. Right through center, Giroux. Up against Martin. Giroux drop pass. Nobody there. Sherry backhanded. Neutral ice. Shot across for Humphreys. Storm in their own end. Breaking it out is Martin. A pass up, tried to get that one over for Lowther. And it's sent into the zone of Oromocto. Rimmed along the boards. Taken by Campbell. It's up to the blue line. Martin walking in with a shot. Blocked off a leg. Eagle who blocked that, feeling that. Eagles now finally have a chance to clear the zone. Desperately needing a change. Hunter, pass to the middle. Blocked by the stick of Keenan. Roberts now behind the net, trying to evade the opposition. Trying to clear that along the boards is Atwin. Now behind the net goes Roberts. Clearing it along the boards. Kept in. And Bradley successfully able to slam that along the boards and down the ice. So far, it's only been icings for the Eagles just halfway through this period. Refs talking at the Oromocto bench, and we may have an Oromocto penalty, or maybe not. Waiting to go into the box was Danny Campbell. He had opened the penalty box door and then shut it. And we don't have a penalty. Still 5-on-5. Bit of confusion there. Eagles try to ramp it up high against the boards. La Dussel throwing it outside the zone. Hunter bringing it in, and offside he is. so far. Midway through this period, 6 minutes into the game, it's been all Storm. Hounding the zone of Oromocto. Going behind the net was Gadet. Eagles now finally get a breakout. They bring it back the other way. Coming up with speed is Adam Roberts going behind the net. Roberts trying to center that out in front. His intended target was Ladusel. Lawless bringing it back the other way for the Storm. It's Vance Lawless who clears it in. And forechecking with speed is Hunter. Behind that puck is then squared out. Middle of the high slot was free for the taken for a solid second before it's dumped back in by Lawless out from center. Good forechecking from Lowther, passing it to the slot. Had looked like it had missed just about 3 of his other teammates. McEwen banking it off the boards. Humphreys had tried to get it after displaying some marvelous pressure. Storm tried to bring in a net. Sherry getting stick lifted. Sent back from McEwen out into center. Along the right goes the puck. Bringing it back in is Lowther, who is then crushed up against the boards. Starting the physicality there. Smith from a shot. Thibodeau makes the save. Here's out in front. Schofield coming up, trying to whack it in open ice. No one had been there for it. Smith trying to hold the line. A rolling puck ends up in center ice. Now backing up into his own territory. There's a shot. Glove down by Thibodeau. Then thought he had caught the rebound. It had dropped right in front of him. Storm still in the zone. Quickly bringing it out. It's Giroux. Giroux into the zone. Sending it to the middle before he's crunched up into the near boards. Storm with it in their own end. Passing it up is Lowther. He bumps it up to Barler. Barler skating in, trying to pass that one off for Painter. Painter going up behind the net, finding the puck behind his feet. Still waiting for an option, had gone down low. Loose puck taken here. Gadet to the middle, trying a shot. There's almost a big hit laid by Bradley. I look to go down for it. Zalik applying pressure down in the corner. Eagles will finally get a chance to exit their zone and dump it in. And it goes for an icing. But the 3rd or 4th icing committed so far from the Eagles. Their only chance of getting outside the zone. Another face-off. This one to the right of Thibodeau. Down in the corner, they battle for it. It goes up to the blue line, taken by McLeod. McLeod back it back. Down. Deep into the zone of the Eagles in the right corner. The Storm keep the zone. Backhand pass almost perfectly to Woodside. Woodside trying to throw it in front, but he was body checked up into the corner. Blue line, McLeod firing in the glove of Thibodeau. Off the face-off. The Storm still in it, trying to throw it out in front. It banked off the side of the net. This one kept in by Champion. Collisions behind in the corner. Champion dumping it in. Godet in the corner. Backhanded it. Wiring around the boards behind the net. Puck still loose behind the net before it's taken up by Roberts. Roberts trying to find an opening. Tries to hit Ladusel. Kept back in by Ashton Barler. Brought up back by the Eagles. Keenan had put it behind the net, taken along the boards. Eagles now getting some time on attack before a failed clear-in is taken out by Lawless. Eagles throw it out of their zone. Ladusel out in the middle. Trying to leave that off for Keenan. Working back the other way was Lowther. Eagles bank it off the boards. It goes out and all the way down into the zone of the Storm. Picked up back by last defenseman Smith. Trying to pass that up to Lowther. And an icing this time. Charged against the Storm. So still 0-0 in this first period. Just a minute and a half left. And all the pressure so far by the Gulf Storm. Face off one, a clap bomb from the blue line that was brought down in front. Humphreys trying to hold the line. Bradley ends up holding the line, sending it across. Giroux trying to keep it in the zone. He was tied up. Eagles flip it down deep. Storm bringing it back. Here, working out with speed is Ethan Lowther. After wheeling around his net, he passes that off to Sherry. He's being tied up by Green. Brought back in by Lowther. Goes under Sherry, who had been knocked over. Eagles coming back the other way, and we got our first power play coming up. And it's going to go to Oromocto as they just tried leaving the zone. And Logan Schofield getting his stick under a man. So our first man advantage of the game is going to go in favor of the Oromocto Eagles. Just over a minute still left to go. Eagles at the blue line. Cox, pass across. There's a shot, saved and blocked. And Gaudette will backhand it down the ice. Thibodeau plays it out of his net. It goes up over for Martin. Martin cleared back in behind the net of Thibodeau. Lindell on the boards, trying to keep it in. Storm so far a great job on the penalty kill. Here's Ladustel bringing up with speed for the Eagles, leaving it off. Here's a shot, glove down by McLeod Peters. I believe one of his first shots of the game coming late into this first period. And it's on the Oromocto power play. Off the draw, it's put up into the corner. Giroux, he's battling up with Champion. Giroux still with it, still getting control. Underhill trying to throw that out in front. Giroux with possession back. Underhill throwing it out in front, side of the net. Loose puck on the side, it's shoved into the side of the post. Keeping it in is Cox. Going out with Champion. Down in the corner, it's Hunter bringing it up, and that will be it for period one. Eagles getting some momentum at the end of that first period, but after one, still scoreless. Semifinals of U18A, 1 versus 4 semifinals on the Maritime Stream Team YouTube channel. And here we go, second period of action. Oromocto still on a power play. And that is for the next just under a minute. Cleared along the boards and out by the Storm. Oromocto now having to regroup. Thibodeau leaving it off for Green. Green with speed. along the boards, makes its way past Hunter. And they try to walk in the zone, but they are indeed offside. Just 11:31 still to play in this second period. The Storm, having played an amazing first period up until they took a penalty, that is when it kind of momentum started turning around. Frazier working up with speed. Oh, and Frazier trying to toe drag his way through, and the Storm now will be able to poke it out. Now potential breakaway. In shot. What a defensive play. Diving to break that up is Chase Green. There's Underhill passing the middle for Humphreys. Collision out at center. Now no more power play. Stepping in, Underhill trying to find it within his feet. Backhander. And he had fallen as he tried to take his shot. At the blue line, kept in Bradley. Banked off a player of the Storm and kept out. Storm racing into the zone. Walking in, sent to the middle by Schofield. Bradley up against the boards, cleared out into neutral ice. Storm back up in their own zone before passing it off to Sherry. They enter in what they thought was offside, and the Eagles will clear it all the way back out. And another icing called. Oramucto icing the puck a lot in these first couple periods. Faceoff will come to the right of Thibodeau in net for the Eagles. Cox playing it out for Campbell. That one's blocked out by Schofield. Then send it to the blue line. There's a shot from Merton, rejected by Thibodeau. Another shot attempt from Sherry, just missing wide. Sherry trying to keep it in. Eagles break it out and tipped out at the center of the ice. Skating back, Schofield. Pass across. Storm now enter in. Pass to the middle. Go behind the net, Schofield. Rimmed along the boards, past Atwin. Sent to the blue line, a shot. Patted away by Thibodeau. It had been redirected along the way. Lowther, blue line, Sherry waiting across. The shot blocked by Bradley. Skating up with speed, Roberts. He's destroyed in his own zone, and we got a penalty coming up. It's Adam Roberts trying to find his way out of the zone. And he is rocked out at center. Going into the box is Quinn Sherry. And this power play sponsored by Limo TV. Currently running a deal 30% off at checkout for all subscriptions when using promo code Hockey30. Quickly cleared in by Keenan, and that'll go for ice. Again, face-off going to the right of Thibodeau. Skating it with speed is Green. Green working his way through a couple men before turning over the puck. Eagles trying to make their way into the zone, being crushed along the boards is Painter. Green trying the outlet pass for a breakout, and it's cleared back into the zone. Eagles restarting. Green being chased behind his net. It's loose out in the center of the shot. They score! short-handed goal. Off of a misplay, it's Ashton Barler starting it off for the Storm. A turnover that had led right out in the slot. Barler only one there. Tucks it in, and it's 1-0 Storm on a short-handed goal. Roberts banged off the boards into the zone of the Storm. Humphreys in his own zone. Pass to the middle. Ladrucel trying to get a shot off. Eagles now creating a bit of momentum in the zone. Still on the man advantage for a little bit of time in period 2. The pass to the middle. No one able to get a stick on it. Bradley sent down low. Passing to the middle. Loose puck out in the slot. The shot just over the crossbar by Jacob Humphreys and cleared all the way back into the Eagles zone, so they will have to restart. Roberts zipping up with speed. Poke check by Gaudette. Gaudette stepping back in, trying to see his man in front. Backhander trying to be tipped by Woodside. Almost 2 short-handed goals in 1 power play. Collision behind the net. Woodside is sent down to the ground. Battling with Love. Woodside gets up. Backhands to the blue line. Storm. There's a shot from the blue line deflected up by Thibodeau and outside the zone. So Eagles not too much time on the power play still left. The Storm doing very good on this penalty kill. And that goes without saying with a short-handed goal. And refs are talking up at the bench of the Storm, so we will have a break here in this one. 1-0 Storm, 7.5 to go. And we're back, cleared in by the Storm behind the net. Penalty now expired for Oramakto. And we play back even strength. Maltin trying to pass that one up for Sherry. Cox sent along the boards out of the reach of Campbell. Storm clearing out, deflected. Bradley curling back in his own zone, going around with speed. Stopping behind his net, trying to pass that one up over for Atwin. Atwin in his own zone, being pressured. Puck squirts out over for Cox. He gets hit. It goes right to Thibodeau. And almost a very unlucky bounce for the Oramakto Eagles. Into the draw is Love. He wins the face-off. Skating back is Roberts. Up the boards. It was blocked by the linesman. Cleared down. Green flipped up. Hit high in the air by Barler. That'll be called a high stick against the Storm. Eagles in their own zone. Keenan trying to pass that one up. Gets it back off a tie-up. Storm managed to keep the zone. Potential 2-on-1. Walking in. The shot. They score! and the Storm quickly go up 2-0 from a shot from Alex Gadet that goes upstairs. Alex Gadet walking in, had a passing option in Painter, went to the top shelf and knocked the bottle off. So nearing halfway through this period, the Storm now get a 2-0 lead. Keenan trying to step in. Shot back in by Frazier. Green off the boards in their own zone. Frazier picking it up, backhanded, trying to get across over for Giroux. Storm bring it back the other way, and they are in just offside. Storm win the draw. Cleared in above Keenan. Behind his net is Green. Rimmed along the boards. Blue line. Still with it. Storm shot. Save and deflected. Back to the blue and another slap shot that had been blocked out by Giroux. Eagles move out of the zone. Could be a 2-on-1 developing. In is Frazier. Frazier in, firing and missing the net. Now Storm come back. They get their own odd man rush back the other way. A pass. There's a shot saved and caught by Thibodeau, and he will not be letting go of that. It had been Woodside stepping in on a 2-on-1. He decides to shoot, and Thibault standing up, able to make that save. Sherry pass out in front, and that went in between the legs of Schofield. All the way down the ice it goes for the Storm. Martin against the boards. Rimmed along. Martin still with possession. He makes up with speed. Martin with Sherry. Martin shooting, blocker save by Thibodeau. Sherry pass out. Back to Martin trying to get a shot off. Martin still with it, curling around. Trying a backhand pass, still loose. Blue line, a shot. Blocked out in front. Campbell finding the puck in the middle, trying to get that one over for Cox. It's over for Atwin. Atwin is hit up against the boards by Sherry. Cleared out into center ice. Cox sent along the board. Sherry working his way back in. Backhander, no look pass, the shot, the save, and Schofield digging for a rebound. And no rebound available. Face-off win, the Storm bring it back. Barler waiting, shooting. Deflected away by Bradley. Laducelle was up against the boards. Bradley cleared back around. Roberts trying to bring it out, trying to cut to the middle. Passes over for Laducelle. Cleared in. Banked off the boards, rimmed out. And cleared in by the Storm. This one is barely going to go for icing. Face-off was to the right of McLeod Peters. A shot went wide. Keenan in there to pinch to keep it in. Pass to the middle. Gito trying with a shot, and it went through the legs of Humphreys right behind him. Storm take it out, deflected. It'll go towards the net. Thibodeau out to play it. And luckily getting there first, putting it along the board. Humphreys Behind the net, Bradley. Backhanded, back around. Keenan trying to scoop it up along the boards. Will eventually get it to Humphreys and outside the zone. Sending that over for Fraser. Fraser stepping in, and the Storm come back quickly the other way. Storm pass across. Moving his way back. Fraser backhands that high. It will stay in the zone. And we'll have a high stick, I believe. And we'll end up outside into neutral ice. Off the draw, Eagles take it back in. It's Cox back in his zone. Passing. Now it's up for Smith for a breakout. Into the zone. The Storm trying to rim it along the boards. It's Gadet. Still with it. Going down behind his net is Lawless. Trying to pass it again along the boards. Cleared out. Now with possession, there's a hit along the boards. Eagles regain possession. Cox. Pass. Right. Taken by Woodside. The shot. And he was shoved from behind. Maybe hindering his performance with that shot. Good at across for Lawless. Lawless waiting. Trying to throw that out in front. Was tipped just wide of the net. And a penalty coming up. And this will be icing. And it looks like it's going against the Storm. It's Holden Woodside going off for a cross check at 2:04. So another Eagles power play. This power play sponsored by Limo TV. 30% off when using promo code HOCKEY30 at checkout. A limited time offer for all subscriptions. At the blue line, Green across, a shot, saved, rebound still loose, right in the blue paint, and saved by McLeod Peters. Storm trying to clear it out, kept in. Here's Keenan with a shot. Glove down by McLeod Peters. He saw that all the way. Eagles still in the zone. Taken out and shot out by Sherry. Roberts in the corner. With Lowther. They now move their way out to central ice. Banked into the boards. Green around the net, stopping. Needs to quickly turn to evade Lowther. Giroux trying to bring it into the zone. It's flipped back in on a backhand. Green going up against Lowther. Green body checking Lowther up into the boards. Pass to the middle. Painter trying to find possession. Roberts bringing up with speed. Adam Roberts into the zone. Passing to the middle. The shot. Save. Rebound Giroux. And just sent wide of the net. We have a whistle. It looks like the net is off. Just under 50 seconds. Eagles still on a power play for mostly the remainder of this period. On a cross-checking penalty to Holden Woodside. Potential breakaway. Walking in, trying to go to the backhand. Turned away by Thibodeau. Humphreys works his way, trying to get out of the zone. Zalik sends it cross ice over. And about to get set for period 3. Bit of a delay on dropping the puck, but here we go. Smith sent across. Back in the Eagles zone, it's shot across on the right boards. Bring it out, pass across, kicked off the boot of Smith into the corner. Atwin gets hit by Smith hard. And a penalty for head contact. Looking to come up on that hit from Cameron Smith. So another Eagles power play. The Storm still without a power play so far, but it seems like they've been better shorthanded. Getting one of their goals shorthanded and overall just being in the zone more often. Face off one and taken behind the net. Cleared down the ice by Martin. Eagles trying to corral the puck and make their way out of zone. Here's Martin with a shot. Steered away by Thibodeau. Eagles still forging around in their own zone. Roberts bringing it up with some speed behind him. Loose puck out at center. Delayed offside. Love is in the zone. And again, the Storm, a good job shooting it all the way down the ice. Gulf Storm get it back. Cleared out. Walking in, trying to get a shot off is Howitt, and he's taken down before making any more progression. Eagles still trying to find the zone. Big hit along the boards. Keenan trying to find his way to the center. Frazier had almost found a way out in front. Love, there's a shot. It never got all the way through. Looked like that had been blocked by McEwen. Cleared out, it'll hit off the skate of Keenan at the blue line and outside the zone. Eagles try to clear it in at center. Bringing it in, walking to the net. Humphreys, backhander, and that misses wide. Puck loose at the side of the net. McLeod Peters without his stick. Cleared down by Thibodeau, dropping his stick. Luckily, no players of the Storm right there. Storm out at center. Shot in by Gadet. Behind the net is Cox. Cox pass up for Humphreys. Trying to get to the middle, and it's flipped out by McLeod. Eagles now parade their way back into the zone. Power play now expired. McLeod pass up for Gadet. Getting out of the box, or out of the bench rather, is Painter. Pass across. Loose puck in the slot, and it's taken out by the Eagles. Collision right there at center. Right in the high slot of the Eagles zone before it's dumped back in by Oramakto. Cleared along the boards by Champion. Picking it up and passing it off. Gadet flips it behind the net. Storm makes some changes and gets some fresh troops on the ice. Eagles now get it along the boards and outside into the zone of the Storm. Hunter. Pass through center, trying to get them over for Barler. Barler moving his way behind the net. Now works up to the top of the blue line. Pass over for Champion. Champion tries to put into the net. Redirected out in front by Gadet. Now finding it behind the net. Gadet is poked loose. It's squared up almost towards the blue line, and the Storm keep it in the zone. Barler making a dangle to get around Roberts. Now with Campbell. Flipped around Bradley. Intercepted and taken away by the Storm. At the blue line. Shot from Smith was blocked out in front by Roberts. And that's definitely stinging him right now. Getting up slowly and hobbling his way to the bench. Storm still buzzing around in the zone. Hunter had tried to make his way down low. Storm still with it. Gadet makes a move to his left. Then curls back up towards the point. There's a shot from Hunter. Blocked and caught from Thibodeau, tracking it down all the way. Still in a 2-0 game. Eagles quickly bring it back. Could this be a chance? Back door. And the backhander just misses the net. It's Anthony Giroux with the Eagles' best chance of the game, led by the rush of Underhill. Humphreys corralling it, dumbing into the zone. Underhill behind the net, trying to throw that in front. Humphreys had hopped over his stick and gone to Schofield. Schofield stepping up with some speed, trying to pass it off over for Sherry. Sherry down low in the zone. Keenan rimmed around and shot right back. Humphreys along the hash marks. Cleared back in. Stopped at the blind by Martin. Trying to truck through him is Giroux. Shot towards the net. Covered by Thibodeau. And that will end play. Just 7 minutes left in this game. Eagles will need a push for some offense. In the Ormukto zone, cleared around the boards. On defense, it's rimmed back up along. Picking up and around the right line and bringing it into the offensive zone was Frazier. Now brought back in by Cox. Gaudette clearing it out. Rimmed behind is Chase Green. Loose puck. There's a shot towards the middle. Trying to get it on net was Lawless. There's another shot. Saved by Thibodeau. And the LMHA, they've been holding their 50-50 raffle all week. Still time to get tickets. Pot currently at $2,200. Trying to move it around his own boards is Frazier. Eagles still trapped in the zone. They finally escape. It's off his skate and down the ice. This will not go for icing. A perfect chance for the Eagles to get some tired bodies off the ice. Trying to bring it up is Martin. Been poked loose. Zone to center. Martin getting it back. Making a move to the middle of the shot. Blocked away by Thibodeau. Storm still with it in the zone. Pass to the middle. Gaudette trying to truck his way to the middle. Now is forced to go near the boards. Pass for the defense. Missed the mark. Now a foot race getting back. Luckily with speed is Barler, preventing any odd man rushes. Eagles try to shove their way into the zone. They are offside. And not too much time still remaining to go in this hockey game. Eagles need some scoring chances, and they need it now. Hunter sent along the boards to Sherry. Brought back in. Pass for Gaudette. Was picked off by Atwin. Eagles trying to bring it back the other way. It's cleared. Hunter trying a pass that's deflected out by Sherry. And over to the Eagles defense. Sherry cleared back in. And now physicality ramping up here in the last 5 minutes of the third. Eagles behind the net. Swerving. Then a pass over for Campbell. And there's a dangerous hit at center ice. Ref looking there a bit confused. Hunter pass Sherry. Moving in. Sherry still trying to move it between a couple feet, and a penalty out in front for Oromocto, and we're going to have a Storm power play. And an interesting sequence of events. There was a big collision earlier that wasn't called, and then it looks like a hold being called there. The Storm finding themselves on their first man advantage of the game. This man advantage is brought to you by Desjardins Insurance. Down low, pass from Champion. Storm cycle it around the net before passing up to the blue line. Hunter across, Barler stepping in with a shot, saved by Thibodeau. Champion stopping in the corner, back up, Barler waiting, firing, scores! And the Storm capitalized on their one and only power play, and it looked like it had been deflected out in front by Vance Lawless. The shot looked to be heading to the top corner, but redirected down at the bottom shelf. And a quick break, timeout called. And back from a break, just over 4 minutes remain in a game that's currently 3-0. We have an Eagle leaving the ice, unsure if he had been ejected or just needs to go to the room. Smith waiting and trying to pass it up over for Painter. No icing called, going behind the bench. Into the zone of the Eagles. Shot back in by Smith along the boards. Painter waiting, shooting. And the Eagles have an empty net. It is 6-on-5, pulling the goalie with 3.5 minutes left. Down by 3 and need at least 3 goals. Eagles trying to work their way back up. Storm with possession. Shot in the middle. Intercepted by Ladouceur, stepping in, pass to the middle, and no one there to receive it. Painter icing it down. This looks like it's heading towards the net and just misses wide. .308 still left. Getting kicked out of the draw is Lowther. In to take its place is Sherry. Moved out into center. Frazier sending it across. Giroud trying to dump it in. Here's McLeod going for the net. Deflected and blocked by Cox. Martin along the boards with a shot from the blue line. Again, blocked by Cox. Saving 2 saves. Humphreys working his way into the zone. May have looked to be offside, then throws it into the corner. Love putting it to the net. It's under the glove of McLeod Jones. And a shot from the blue line, saved. We'll have another try at it. Quickly taken out into center ice. Moving back is Bradley. Trying to evade the opposition. It's rimmed along the boards. Kept in. Here's a shot. Gadet to the empty net. Saved by Bradley and turned away. Another backhander towards the net. Trying to tip it in is Lawless. Eagles quickly work their way back out in the center. Trying to clear it in as Champion. Rammed along the boards. Eagles still with it. Underhill moving back towards his own end. Trying to lay a saucer pass. Blocked by Gadet. And somehow still staying out of the net. Lambert working in. And trying a shot. Out in the corner of the Storm. Trying to bring it out is Woodside. Still loose at the side of the net. Rimmed around. Eagles look to get it out, and they will successfully exit the zone. Just a minute and a half left. Stepping up, La Ducelle trying to put it to the middle. Behind the net. It's Painter trying to get it out. There's a shot. Glove down by McLeod Jones, and he'll elect to hang on. Draw to the left face-off circle of McLeod Peters. Kept in, it's shot out. Smith, this is looking just wide right and will go for icing. The face-off's one, rolling puck, looks like it going towards the net, winning the race. Here's Howitt, they score! And that will seal the deal for the Storm, racking up their 4th of the game. Puck was rolling into the empty net. Howitt turning on the Jets and making sure this goes in the net. And another timeout to be called. We now have less than a minute to go. The Storm have dominated this game and in a result have the lead 4-0 with less than a minute left in this game. Our next semifinal, it's the 2 versus the 3 seed of U18A, Louisville Lightning and the Summerside Capitals, bound to be an intense and physical game. Storm still in the zone. Humphreys behind the net. Waiting, looking out in front. Passing to the blue line. Now taken out by Oramucto. Working his way in. Frazier, what a move. The shot, save, and the rebound is cleared out. And that was Nathan Lambert showing off his hands with some nifty jukes. Working his way into the zone. Multiple players getting hit, bumping each other off the puck. Cleared all the way down. Zalik being pressured by Hunter for Humphreys. Will be cleared, and the Storm will be heading off. The Gulf Storm will be headed off to the finals at 3 o'clock today. They will be playing the winner of Summerside and Louisville. We appreciate you for watching. And this has been the Storm and the Eagles on the Maritime Stream Team YouTube channel.